What's up, guys? Today we got Papa Roach, Ego Trip. This is part of my reaction.
All right, man. Papa Roach, Ego Trip.
This will be fun.
I think this will be fun. Dude, they're one of those bands that was around when we were younger, and we grew up with them. And they have this soft spot for me, dude. And I don't even follow them as much anymore. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. But dang, do they not still put out hits, man? They put out good songs.
He had a couple songs come out a couple years ago now, and they're fucking good.
They're good. They're good. It's one of those bands you can kind of forget about, but you shouldn't forget about them.
Yeah.
But Last Resort and stuff, all those songs back in the day, man, those were all like bangers on everybody's track.
Oh yeah.
I mean, these guys were huge. I saw them in an arena. They murdered. My brother got to meet these guys and go backstage way back in the day. Said they were the nicest dudes you could imagine. And I believe it. They seem like they're not ego tripping. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. No. So this song is Ego Trip. This came out 3 days ago. Super excited to hear this because I really have not heard anything from these guys for a minute, man. A couple of years, yeah. I would say. So here we are. Ego Trip. Let's see what we got.
All right. That's kind of a cool bass line. Way different than, I mean, it feels very not Papa Roach.
I'll say this.
Not what I was expecting. The bass line was cool when it came in. I dig that. It's kind of almost like a hip hop, weird.
He's been doing that though.
He has, but it's a lot lighter than usual. Like, I mean,
it's just because it's coming in with that bass guitar. I think that's a lot of times with these guys. Obviously, they got the guitar and it's driving, and this one's coming in with vocals and bass, which is a little bit different.
Well, I mean, we're only 8 seconds into the video.
Yeah.
But first impressions, it feels very 90s almost.
A little bit, yeah, man. I mean, it's got that. They're doing that vibe where they have the crowd around them, like in a square. They've used this in other videos as well. Where they get the crowd like in kind of a close thing. And that's cool because, I mean, I do think Papa Roach seems like the kind of band that really does appreciate their fans.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure they did some kind of thing where, hey, if you show up, you guys can be in the video. And that's rad. That's rad. Every kid wants to do that, man. I used to look for stuff like that. I'm like, man, I will show up.
Just to be able to show up.
Yes, dude. Slipknot's done it. A ton of people have. So let's see what we got here, though. This is interesting. As a bassist, I like that line, though. Simple.
I got a madman living in my head, man. He ain't got no sense, man. He ain't paying rent. Obviously, I wanna put him in a headlock, lock him in a black box.
Very fun so far.
Yes.
And now my heart of gold is lost. I'm everything I'm not. I stop believing all the bullshit that I'm spouting off. I'm talking out of my neck. Can't nobody put me in check.
Yes.
I'm blinded by my pride. I keep on tidying up in this mess. Turn a blind eye when I'm living a lie. I gotta remind myself sometimes to never get high on my own supply. Cause when I get high,
Okay, pause it.
I'm on an E.
Before we get into the chorus.
That's real fun.
It's fun, man. Listen, I really freaking think it's
That's
fun. He has great melody. He's got great lines. And obviously the song Ego Trip, and he says, I have to remind myself from time to time about keeping your ego in check, basically, and I'm paraphrasing. But that's reality, man. Like this guy, I mean, was it Colby? Is that what it is? Colby Dix? I can't remember his name. Isn't that his name?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is. I could be wrong. But listen, he's a rock star, guys.
Yeah.
He's a rock star. He's been in the game for a long time. Most people would recognize him.
I mean, majority of people, honestly, there's going to be some that don't know, but majority of people know who Papa Roach is.
Yes. And if he's out in public and sometimes you're famous, you're relatively famous. Now, again, I think
and I think most of the time, he's probably going to have some kind of entourage with him.
Sure. Or not. I don't know.
I have no idea.
But the truth is like, regardless, you got money, you're a rock star, you still perform festivals and big-ass gigs. And obviously, you want to keep yourself in check because you're still humble. And you got to remember, these guys need to know, and I think they mostly do, some of them, that without these people that you see in this video, they wouldn't be anything. So it's keeping your ego in check and just realizing, hey, you need to stay as humble as possible in these situations. I think that's what the song's about. Obviously, Ego Trip, it makes sense, but fun. Super fun so and it's got those little hints of jadun, the guitars, and that's that old Papa Roach right there. You know what I'm saying? So, sorry, I didn't mean to cut it right before the chorus, but I really want to evaluate the full chorus.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go.
To never get high on my own supply. Cause when I get high, I'm on an ego trip.
Okay. So as far as the chorus goes, it's catchy.
It's catchy.
It's not my favorite thing in the world, but it's very catchy. And listen, like I said before, they're not as popular as they were even 10 years ago. Let's say 10 years ago.
Yeah.
They're not. And I don't mean that in any disrespect. They haven't put out a ton of stuff. What they have, like, it's people love them. But they haven't really put out anything like newer style that maybe is attracting some of the newer crowds, the younger crowds. And this song has that feel like, let's try to like get some younger audience again. Yeah. Like rebuild some younger core.
Well, that, and I think this is one of those songs where the focus isn't really the chorus, honestly. I think the verses and the bridges are so much fun that you doesn't really need to have a super catchy chorus.
I mean, you always need a catchy chorus.
You need a catchy chorus.
You need the hook.
It's got to be good enough.
Yeah,
but I think the verses and stuff, the way the music is and the way his melody is, it's so much fun that's what people are gonna love.
No, yeah, it's a whole package rather than just the chorus being awesome. And we say that a lot. Like, I love the chorus of this band. You know, these guys do great choruses.
Well, and there's a lot of music where the chorus is the part of the song that people remember,
and they hum.
And no one remembers anything else about it.
Yeah, they sing it, they hum it.
Yeah, and I think this song it's gonna be the other parts. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely like, I think they're trying to approach a different style and maybe even a different audience to try to get some people in. And it sounds like a younger vibe. Yeah, it just does. It sounds, I'm not trying to say it sounds like Machine Gun Kelly or any of that kind of stuff, but I mean, it does have more of a poppier vibe to it. Yeah. And I don't hate it. I think it's cool, man. And I think, you know, when you're a band that's been around this long and you have a collection of music, it's always good to throw in an album that's different because in a live set, it's going to be rad in the mix of everything else.
Well, if you have the repertoire that Papa Roach does, and they've been around for so long, and he's done different, he has all kinds of different styles of what he's been doing. So at this point, he's dabbled in so many different things, he can almost do whatever he wants, and it's gonna sound good.
It will. I agree. On to verse 2.
I love the bass.
I'm in a red race, everybody stress case, trying to find a dead weight, tugging on my neck. Ain't nobody humble out here in this jungle. If we gotta rumble, you go hit the deck. Oh yeah, my golden state of mind is everything but fine. I used to be a lover, now I'm looking for a fight. My medication is off, don't know who controls my thoughts. My arrogance is no offense, my therapist is fuck out. Turn a blind eye when I'm living a lie. I gotta remind myself sometimes to never get high on my own supply, 'cause when I get high.
Yeah.
I will say that like the bass line and just the way the verses go brings me back to that like old school, like Tony Hawk days, like playing video games and stuff. And even like the bass line almost reminds me of like a video game. Like
yeah, no, like I think you're right on the whole like skate and stuff, you know, like those kind of games where you get the.
Well, skate. He's got half pipes and shit in the.
Oh
video.
yeah, for sure.
But just the style he's doing is like it brings you back to that time frame where you were sitting in your room playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater and you're like drinking Mountain Dew.
Yeah. 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 And you're like doing a kickflip as you're singing like ego.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, you're right. 100%. That is kind of the feel of it. Yeah. Which kind of tells you it has like a little bit more of like this pop punk vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It has a little bit of that vibe, but I do like that he does his like faster kind of rapping style. I don't even want to call it raps. It's not, but he does those faster lyrics and it kind of just enhances the whole riff and builds it up really, really nicely. Yeah. So, and here we're gonna get chorus again, right? So I want to hear a second take on this chorus because I feel like that's the one thing I'm gonna go back to and be like, I'm not sure yet. I might have to hear it a couple times.
Okay.
He looks like a fun guy though.
He does.
See, my kids would sing this.
Yeah.
Very simple. My kids would sing it.
I will say the second half of that chorus is a lot catchier the second time hearing it.
Yeah, and it's almost like, it's not a pre-chorus because I think that part where it kind of changes the tone is the pre-chorus. But it's a 2-part chorus.
Yeah.
And the second part to me is so much better than the first part.
It is.
But no diss on the first part. I just think you probably could have done that like half the time, half the amount, and still had the same effect.
Yeah, instead of repeating it 2 or 3 times, whatever.
It's probably four times. And then
just
do
doing
it
the 2 and then going into the faster part would have.
But who the hell am I? Who the hell am I? This is Papa Roach, baby.
Fucking Papa Roach can do whatever the fuck he wants.
No, at the end of the day, it's all good. It's all good. I think it's catchy. I like when it builds it back up a little bit on that second part. It really does. Yeah, it has a nice feel to it.
And I was skeptical about it, the chorus, but after listening to it the second time, it's I like it.
Yeah, I hear you. Good lyrics though. Never get high on your own supply.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just drop me on that shit.
So this is gonna be your bridge here.
Me llamo Jacobo y yo soy tan loco.
Whoa.
No es mi amigo.
Okay. So we went straight Puya. If you don't know who Puya is, that was a band that I used to like a lot. That was a Latin American band.
I was not expecting that.
No, that was cool, man.
That's cool. I mean,
yeah.
Obviously he's from Southern California.
Yeah.
He probably spends a lot of time there.
I don't know. Is he?
Papa Roach?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know where he's from.
Yeah, you just made that up.
I did.
He's from San Diego, California.
Everybody. Well, I'm sure there's studios in there that he goes to.
Oh,
and he's probably playing to that crowd. It almost feels like...
Well, look at the...
I wonder if he's going off...
Right now. Look at the building structures around them.
Yeah.
Like they may be in like Mexico.
Maybe.
Or somewhere in South America. It looks like.
That's true. And it almost, that going into that verse with the Spanish and stuff, it almost makes me feel like a Sublime throwback almost.
Well, they didn't.
But he's not doing like the punk reggae style right now.
As soon as he did that, I went straight to Puya.
I don't know who Puya is.
Puya was a band like 99, 2000 that like some of you may know who they were. They had one song that was really a big hit, and I think they actually were popular in the region, just not up here as much. But that's the first thing I thought of, just the whole feel of it.
But you're right, the building structures and stuff. I mean,
that looks almost like Middle Eastern, to be honest with you. But then again,
I don't know what he was speaking.
I want to see where this goes. Okay. I like the feel though. This bridge feels like it's something's about to pop. You know what I mean? Yeah, look at
oh yeah.
I like how he's standing up with the drum. That's fun, cool. Dude. There you go. Okay. It's kind of just a little quick bridge. Wherever that's at, it's really cool looking, dude. Okay. That's cool.
That's cool.
That's cool, man. You know, the bridge of that song, they do a little solo there. I don't even like calling that a solo, but it really is just I call it an enhancer. It enhanced that moment for a second. There was some nice sound that was going on. I like that they had the crowds like chanting or like the cheering at the end. That kind of just shows the live kind of feel that they were trying to encompass. And to be real, man, again, like being a part of a show like this, and those are probably just fans, and that's probably something they will never forget because they were a part of something of a band that they really, really love.
I'd like to know the meaning behind including the different language part. Because clearly he did it for a reason. There's obviously something that inspired him to do that, and then to have the video in the location wherever he's at, it looks like almost like a Mexico or South America or something like that. Great
location though, man. You got these like historic looking buildings, and then you got right across you got the skate park, and then there's this giant mural.
like the skeleton mural and stuff.
Yeah, man, it's cool as hell. And a lot of good energy. Like, listen, Papa Roach are never going to put out bad music. That's how I'm at with it. They will never put out bad music.
No.
It may not be as good as some of their old music, but it's not bad music, bro. It is like, this is a song that you listen to. And again, I want to say, like, my kids would sing this song, which is exactly what they probably want. They wanted a very simplistic chorus that people can just, and honestly, I'm going to probably drive home later. I'm on an ego
Exactly.
trip.
I was just going to say that. I was like, granted, I'm on an ego trip. The first part of the chorus wasn't my favorite part, but that's the part that's stuck in my head right now.
Yeah, man. And listen, at the end of the day, that's where you want it to be.
Yeah.
Like, we can talk about these overly complicated bands and how awesome they are, and they are. But sometimes what you think is like, I don't know if I like that, but that's the stuff that sticks. That's why those songs like, Friday, Friday. That's such a terrible song, but you will sing it because it just is, it's there.
Everybody knows the song.
Everybody knows the song. So, no, this is a great song. It's good to see Papa Roach still performing music, still having a lot of energy, because that's what they've always been known for, is their live shows. And
clearly he's still having fun. So
yes,
why the hell not keep doing music?
Yes. Great song, Papa Roach, Ego Trip. Guys, if you like what we do, we're trying to grow this channel. We've only been doing it for a couple weeks now. Make sure you go and hit that follow button, subscribe, hit the notification
Check out
bell.
the other videos.
Check out all of our videos. Go give love to all of our videos. And also, we do a Part of My American podcast, which is his own channel. You guys are more than welcome to link up to that and check it out. It's more political and humor. But yeah, hey, we appreciate you guys. We're having a blast doing this. And if you got recommendations, put them in the comments. We'll try to get to them at some point.